horario de México. Fire Sports. Fútbol de cuates. Conoce todas las noticias de la Liga MX. Como resultado, el mejor de la tabla. Pronósticos de la siguiente jornada.
Concentration down with Gremio, doing 2-3 training sessions a day, and he's just been trying to maintain fitness while this has been finalizing and traveling out here. So fitness level should be solid. So now it's just a process of integration and helping him to really prepare for what is a long, grueling season.
All right, thank you.
We'll go with Scott French. Scott, go ahead.
Hey, Greg. Wondering if you could just assess where you are in terms of flank play. You've added a couple of outside backs. We've got Cabral and Grancier coming back in better position this year, and now you're adding Costa to the group. How do you see your what you are on the flank?
Yeah, we have a lot of quality, a lot of dynamic players. We have options, and I think of those players, some of them can play slightly different roles. As we've seen, Douglas could play inside or outside. Kevin could play as a striker or at times, or a second striker. And Efra will probably slide into a little bit more of a central role at times now, kind of sharing some time with Victor in that central midfield area as an attacking midfielder. It's something I want to do with him. So we have options, and we have a lot of quality, and we have players that are very dynamic in the one-on-one situation, and also we talked a lot about last year being able to threaten the space behind oppositions to really hurt teams. And so obviously Douglas takes us to an entirely new level on that side of things, which we're really excited about. But yeah, we've got guys they're going to be competing for time and working to be at their best level.
In terms of in the attacking spaces, we saw Raveloson today play higher up than we normally see him play. What are your plans with him, and how does he fit into all of this?
Yeah, it's primarily he'll probably sit in an 8 position where he's able to go both ways, defend and attack, cover a little more territory, box to box idea. He and Marky will probably share that role in the midfield, and then we'll put somebody underneath them like a Victor, like any of the guys that I had named before. I'll have some capacity to do that in different ways. But between Marky and Ryan, they'll probably do a lot of the box to box work. Today we pushed them a little higher to work with. To work with Decky to Dayon, and we brought Sasha in to just help lead us in the midfield. So just a little bit different look, but it gave Ryan an opportunity to cover a little bit more territory, build his fitness, support in the attacking role a little bit more.
Thank you, Greg.
We'll go with Josh Gessman next. Josh, go ahead.
Hey, Greg, thanks for taking the time to talk. And you already stole my joke that I was going to use earlier.
Hey,
so
you
beat me to it. I'm always interested. How long did this deal take to come together? Was this something that, you sort of have an idea of a couple months ago, and then it starts to become more and more final? Or was this something that just sort of rapidly came together in the last, 10 days or 14 days?
Well, it's probably been, I don't know, maybe a month, 6 weeks to a month in process. Obviously, one, you have to know that the player is going to be available to, that the player has interest, especially a player like Douglas, that he has interest in coming to MLS and specifically the Galaxy. Then it's, connecting and doing all the work that you have to do to try to make a deal come through. So all of that process took place. And then, then there's the finalization of things, getting a visa, getting the medical done, getting all those things that takes some time. So yeah, all in all, probably 6 weeks to actually get the deal done. Probably maybe couple more weeks just to work the process to see if it's real, and that's taken us to today, really.
And to follow up on the visa and the ITC, is all that stuff done, or do you guys still have to finish all that before the season starts?
So he has and already had a visitor visa, which is what got him here. And so now it's just transitioning the visitor visa into a work visa, which should take, 7 to 10 days. So we'll be doing that already. It's in process. So hopefully that will get done and be ready to go pretty quickly.
Perfect. Thanks, Greg.
We'll go with Andy Diosa with Yahoo. Andy, go ahead.
Hey, Greg, I just wanted to look a little bigger picture here. Obviously, you're no stranger to what the Galaxy do and bringing in big names and things like that. with how things have played out in the past few years and having names of world caliber like Chicharito and Costa, what does that do for your internal expectation? Obviously, you guys have those expectations of getting back to the playoffs and being that championship team, but I want to know for you as a coach and going through the season, how that kind of sets up.
Again, the most important thing for me is that the quality of our team continues to take steps forward. You know, our younger guys we got last year to help us start to build this team are a year more mature. They need to show that on the field. Our veteran guys, Javier, looking to back up last year with another great year and even maybe more games than he was able to play last year. Obviously, Douglas coming in gives us, again, just a whole nother level, I think, in our attacking capacity. So it's about progress. It's about a process of getting better and better. And if we do that and we keep taking steps forward in our game model and our ideas and what we're trying to do from game to game, keep getting more ingrained in our group, and we start to play with more consistency, which is one of the things I'm really happy with this group in preseason. Our games from game to game have been a lot more consistent than anything we saw last year. Then we'll give ourselves a chance to win a championship. We got to do all those things before we can talk about a championship. And I think those steps are happening now. And like I said, and I will keep saying, bringing Douglas in gives us another opportunity because world-class players mean that typically your efficiency level goes up. You don't need 10 chances to score a goal. Maybe you only need 3, you know, and that's with the quality he brings. It just can make us more efficient on the attacking side and more dangerous. His ability to isolate and beat people on the dribble is something that, again, we've been looking for, and he brings it at the highest level. So all these things just make our group better. And I'll say one more last time, if we defend well, we're going to be a very good team, and that's something that we keep focusing on in the preseason.
We'll take 2 more questions. The next one with Gustavo Lopez. Gustavo, go ahead.
Hi, Greg. Gustavo from Territory MLS Brazil. I just want to ask you, how was your first contact with Douglas? How was the first talk? And what a guy who played in the World Cup, who played in the best teams of the world, can improve the team off the field as a mentor or someone who can help people in the locker room?
Yeah. First question. My first interaction was, I think he was in a restaurant. He had just finished having dinner, and it wasn't the easiest conversation because it was rather loud to where he was. So we tried to have a conversation, but it wasn't the smoothest. But since then we've been able to connect. In terms of his experience and his leadership, his quality, all important, not just on the field, but off the field to be able to help them on the field, but just helping them to understand what it takes to reach that kind of level that he's been at. It's valuable in this league. We have a lot of players who are still striving to do some of the things that get even close to what he's done would be huge. And so his ability to help mentor and bring them along it's a bonus. And it's one of the roles of DP is to try to help make others around you better and in addition to doing your job. So, I get the sense that he's looking forward to that, and he understands the value of what he can bring to our group. And those things are important in this league. If you want to win a championship, it's about the group and how the group can work together and support each other. This is not a league of perfection. It's not a league where every player is world class. This is where everybody is working together to be the best unit they can and the strongest, and that team will be at the end trying to win a championship.
We'll do one last one with Sophie Nicolo. Sophie, go ahead.
Thanks, Vicky. Hi, Coach. Thanks for answering my question. I know it's early doors at this point, but what excites you about this team this season compared to last season? Clearly, there's a couple of X factors you've added, but what is it as coach that you're excited about that you see at this point?
I would say, again, just the maturity of our group. It just feels like a very different group from where we were at any point last year. And this is the starting point for us this year. Our young players like Cabral, like Joveljic, Granzier, even Ryan, these players who came in what was the tail end of a European season, jumped into the beginning of a MLS season in a new country, in a new system, in a new club. They all just seemed like they've been able to take a break, and they're all just feel like more mature, more prepared for what's in front of them now that they've experienced it and they've gone through sort of those initial growing pains. Everybody just feels more mature, more comfortable with each other, more comfortable with what we're trying to do. The messaging isn't different for them. They understand what we're trying to accomplish and what their roles and responsibilities are. And I say that across the board with everybody who is coming back. I think there was a genuine disappointment as to how the season ended, and there's a reality check on that, which I think probably motivated a lot of people in the off season to come back ready to get this season started. And lastly, I think we've added some mature players, guys who have won in this league, from Mark Delgado to Raheem Edwards, Kelvin Leardom. These guys have all been successful in this league. They understand the league. That's added maturity to our group. It's added competition and depth to the group, and now we add a world-class player into the attack who can really make a difference. It just feels we've already in preseason, I've said already in the 4 games, we've already played with more consistency for 90 minutes than any game that we played last year, just on a consistent basis, where we had control of games, control of the ball, control of the defensive side, minimizing opportunities, creating a lot of opportunities. So we're at a good start. We know a lot of work we can do.
Epic, thank you.
We're good, thank you.
All right, Greg, we can bring Costa in.
Okay, it's my great pleasure to welcome Douglas Costa to the Galaxy and to all of you.
Conoce todas las noticias de la Liga MX.
Costa, ahora tú solo con la playera. Levanta la playera tú solo.
¿Así o...?
Sí. Douglas, gracias por acompañarnos. If you want to start with opening remarks, and then we'll have Alberto translate for you.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Listo, Douglas, puedes comenzar.
Primeiramente, é um prazer fazer parte do Los Angeles Galaxy. Eu acho que estou muito empolgado e satisfeito com esse novo desafio. Então, acho que todo mundo que fez o esforço para eu estar aqui está de parabéns. E eu espero devolver tudo isso dentro de campo.
Firstly, it's a pleasure to be part of the LA Galaxy. I'm very motivated and happy with this challenge. Those who put effort in making this happen, I salute and congratulate them, and I'm very excited.
Now we will open it up for questions. We will start first question with Josh Gassman. Josh, go ahead.
Thank you. Welcome to LA, Douglas. My question is, in a video you talked about David Beckham and Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and I think Ashley Cole as well. What about those names made you want to add your name to the list of big LA Galaxy players?
Bem-vindo, primeiramente. Você mencionou num vídeo os nomes de David Beckham, Zlatan Ibrahimovic e Ashley Cole também. O que quis dizer você ouvir esses nomes e por que você quis adicionar o seu nome a esses nomes importantes?
Porque eu acho que eu venho de uma história importante também, claro que não no nível talvez deles, mas quero construir minha história e também tentar colocar meu nome dentro da equipe de LA, que é uma coisa que eu tenho como meta e desafio de carreira.
Well, I believe I also come from an important history, maybe not as strong, but definitely a strong history. And I want to also put my name along the side in the history of LA Galaxy. And I want to, it's a career challenge for me to accomplish that.
And then at 31 years old, obviously you're not the young player that you were when you were 22 or 24. Do you think you've gotten smarter as you've aged? Do you think you play more tactically in your mind?
Bom, aos 31 anos, você já não é tão jovem quanto 23 e 24. Você acha que você agora joga de uma maneira mais estratégica, mais tática, mais inteligente?
Claro, acho que ao decorrer dos anos tu acaba aprendendo suas limitações e comigo não é nada diferente. Mas tem meus companheiros também, que o futebol não é um esporte que se joga sozinho. Acho que meus companheiros, junto a mim, podemos fazer uma equipe forte e conseguir grandes êxitos.
Yes, for sure. Over the years, one always learns, and it's not different with me. Most importantly, it's I have my teammates around. Soccer, it's not a sport that you play alone. So we have a strong team, a strong roster, and we can accomplish great things.
Thank you.
Obrigado.
With Damian Calhoun. Damian, go ahead.
Hi, Douglas. What were your initial thoughts when you learned that the Galaxy had interest in bringing you to LA and Major League Soccer?
Olá, Douglas. Me conta sobre as primeiras impressões que você teve quando você ouviu que o LA Galaxy tinha interesse em te trazer para o time e para a MLS.
Acho que foi logo após que acabou o campeonato no meu país, o Brasil. Vamos de iniciar as conversas e bastante coisas positivas. É o time que mais venceu aqui, então um bom tempo sem ganhar, então isso me motiva a vir aqui, a tentar algo diferente e colocar novamente ali no topo do campeonato.
Well, I believe it all started after the end of the tournament in my country, in Brazil. And we started the conversations. I had heard many positive things. I know that it's a winning team, but had not been winning for some time now. So I take this as a motivator to try something different and come here to bring LA Galaxy to the top again.
Thank you.
Obrigado.
We'll go with Gustavo Lopez from Territorio MLS.
E Douglas, Território MLS do Brasil, um prazer estar falando com você aqui na MLS. Eu queria te perguntar o que você conhecia da MLS antes de você assinar com o Galaxy? Como é que está o seu nível de inglês ali com os companheiros, né? A gente vê alguns vídeos de você falando ali com os seus novos companheiros e o que você espera da sua jornada na MLS. Obrigado.
Cara, que a MLS eu já venho escutando faz um pouco de tempo, até porque ela vem crescendo ano após ano. E meu inglês ele não é ruim não, mas eu preferi fazer em português para que todo mundo me entenda perfeitamente, mas eu vou correr o mais rápido possível para aprender e próxima vez vir aqui e tentar falar inglês. Mas, cara, como eu disse, a MLS me motivou por diversos jogadores brasileiros também terem passado por aqui. Kaká passou por aqui, claro que não foi no LA, mas teve vários jogadores que foram meus ídolos de infância e passaram por aqui também.
The question was, it's a pleasure to be talking to you. What did you know about the MLS before signing with LA Galaxy? Second part of the question, tell us about your English. We heard you, we saw some videos of you talking to your teammates, so tell us a little bit about that. And finally, the third part, your overall expectations, the answers. Well, the MLS I've been hearing for some time already, especially because it's been growing year over year. About my English, it's not bad. I just preferred to do in Portuguese so that everybody understood what I was saying, making very clear what I was saying. But I'll run to learn, and next time maybe I'll be here speaking English. And with regards to the MLS, very motivated, of course. I know of Brazilian players that came to play here. For example, Kaká, obviously not for LA, but other Brazilian players and some players that I've seen and watched as my idols as I was growing up.
We'll go with Gio Garcia next.
Hey, Douglas, welcome to LA. Greg Vanny just spoke about you, helping this team become a championship team. This team has aspirations, obviously, to go deep this season. Obviously, you're a world-class player. You're not strange to that, to carrying on the pressure. But what were the conversations, and how, I guess, excited are you to help this team potentially become a championship team this season?
Bem-vindo, o treinador Greg acabou de falar de você, como vindo para ajudar a formar um time campeão. Obviamente as aspirações, os objetivos são altos, você é um jogador de classe mundial, então sabe lidar com a pressão, mas me conta um pouco dessas conversas e dessa expectativa de criar um time capaz de ganhar o campeonato.
Quando se trata de LA Galaxy, Douglas, também sempre vai existir uma pressão gigantesca, mas nós como grupo, como time, a gente sabe suportar isso. E eu, junto com meus companheiros, o treinador, o pessoal que está no dia a dia aqui, vamos achar a melhor maneira para voltar a ser campeão, que é o que a gente busca e é o objetivo final de todos.
When you talk about LA Galaxy or even Douglas, there's always going to be pressure. The important thing is that we have a group, we are a team, and we know how to handle. I have my teammates, and with the coach and the staff in the day-to-day, we'll find a path to get back to that championship path, which is a big objective for all of us.
We'll go with Sophie Nicolo.
Hey, Douglas, welcome to Los Angeles. Just wanted to ask if you've visited the city before and if you've spent much time here.
Bem-vindo a Los Angeles. Eu só gostaria de saber se você já tinha visitado e passado tempo em Los Angeles.
Já eu estive aqui em outra oportunidade, uns 3 anos atrás, com a minha esposa. A gente conhece uma pequena parte ali, um pouco só de Los Angeles, e a gente já gosta de antes. É um lugar que é dos sonhos para nós também. Então, estar aqui e poder viver aqui e tentar algo novo é o que a gente nos deixa muito feliz.
Yes, indeed. I had been here before, about 3 years ago, with my wife. We know just a small part, some places, but we already like it. So for that reason, it's also a dream place for us. So to be here, to live here, and to try something new, all that makes us very happy.
Douglas, ¿está bien si tomamos 2 en español?
¿Pasó?
Vamos con Rodrigo Serrano en español. ¿Está bien si respondes en español?
Ok, sin problema.
Hola, Douglas. Bienvenido a Los Ángeles. Mucho éxito. No sé si ya conocías a Chicharito, qué piensas de él y si has tenido la oportunidad o tuviste la oportunidad de ver algún partido del Galaxy de la temporada pasada.
Hola, no tuve la oportunidad de mirar partidos el año pasado, pero sí, todo el mundo conoce a Chicharito, es un jugador importante que hace muchos goles. Entonces, tengo la oportunidad de estar con él ahora y intentar hacer y ayudar a hacer gol también.
The question, welcome, good luck, success. I wanted to know if you knew Chicharito, what do you think of him? And also if you had the chance to watch any of the LA Galaxy matches from the last season. The answer. No, actually, I did not have the opportunity to watch any of the matches. About Chicharito, well, everybody knows Chicharito. He's an important player, has a great capacity of scoring goals. and I really appreciate now this opportunity.
En la línea de juego con Juan Pablo Parril, aquí tendrás análisis sobre los eventos deportivos, las probabilidades y tendencias del deporte, como la Liga MX, NBA, NFL.
Norman, adelante.
¿Me escuchas? Hockey de Estados Unidos y Canadá.
Hola Douglas, buenas tardes, bienvenido a Los Ángeles.
De lunes a viernes, en punto de las 12 del día.
De la MLS, la calidad que tiene de jugadores. ¿Y cómo crees de que un jugador como tú, como la talla como la tuya, va a aportarle a esta liga?
La verdad que, como estaba hablando antes, la MLS está creciendo mucho y tengo total capacidad con mi compañero de intentar ponerme en juego y dentro de eso ayudar a mis compañeros a salir bien todo partido y ganar los partidos que son importantes para nosotros y quizá salir campeón.
The question was, tell us what you think about the MLS, the player quality, and how a player of your caliber can add to the team. The answer, the truth is that, well, like I said before, the MLS is growing a lot, and I have the ability to contribute, help my team and my teammates in every match, to win matches, and hopefully to also build up the path to be a champion.
Douglas, muchísimas gracias por tu tiempo. Thank you so much for your time. Welcome to the LA Galaxy.
Thank you.
Conoce todas las noticias de la Liga MX. Como resultado, el mejor de la tabla, pronósticos de la siguiente jornada y los protagonistas más relevantes. De la mano de Sebastián González, Fabián Luján, Martín Álvarez, Luis Miguel Íñiguez y Paulo Guevara. Todos los lunes y jueves en punto de las 20 horas. Horario de México. Fire Sports. Fútbol de cuates. Conoce todas las noticias de la Liga MX. Como resultado, el mejor de la tabla. Pronósticos de la siguiente jornada